going on, bro? Welcome to the video. After that skid right there, it is officially official. We are back in Austin, Texas, the land of the breakfast taco. Definitely gonna be getting some breakfast tacos later, but not yet. Now, it's no secret that in today's dating market, a lot of the girls you're gonna meet out there, they're not quite wifey material. Let's just be polite, let's leave it at that. And that's why in this video, I wanna show you the process I use to select my girlfriend, who's now my fiance. And we're gonna do that through 3 tests you can use on the girl who you're hanging out with, or that you're trying to be hanging out with, or maybe you're already dating her, to make sure that she has your best interest in mind, to make sure she's loyal, and to make sure that she's not for the streets. All right, so the first test is the respect test, because let's be honest, you don't want to be dating a girl, you don't even want to be hanging out with a girl who doesn't respect you. And the way that this test works is that you need to pay attention and you need to notice whenever a girl does something that's clearly not okay with you, or she does something that's trying to establish this frame that she's in charge and you're just this little bitch boy who's chasing her around. So for example, I've definitely been on first dates in the past where throughout the date the girl's texting or checking Instagram, and it would make me feel like I'm just there trying to entertain her, hoping I can get a little bit of her attention. And at first I would just hope that she would stop, and of course she wouldn't stop because she had no respect for me. Or in our private coaching program last week, one of the guys was telling me, you know, I was on this date with the girl, it went amazing, and then I forget if it was at the end of the date or after the date, she was like, well, I guess I'm gonna delete my other dating apps now, right? Hoping that he would say the same, and he, unfortunately, he crumbled to the pressure and he was like, yeah, I'll delete my dating apps too, I guess. Now, just because a girl does something like this doesn't mean she's failed the test. She might not even realize that she did it. What's important is that you respond calmly yet firmly. So if a girl has her phone out on the date, I've realized it works well to say something like, hey, I was really excited to get to know you tonight. It's just kind of difficult to connect when you're on your phone. I'm not sure if you got something going on, but can you put that away the rest of the night? If a girl tells you, hey, I'm deleting all my dating apps, and she wants you to reciprocate, it might work well to say something like, you know, I really enjoyed hanging out with you. I'm looking forward to hanging out more, but I feel like we should take this one step at a time. You're not being a dick, you're just telling her, hey, it's not gonna work like that, it's actually gonna work like this. And now, how she responds, that is the test, because a lot of times girls are gonna be like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I was just trying to send something to my mom, I'll put my phone away, my bad. Or she might say, oh, I'm sorry, I got really excited when I got to know you. You're right, like we probably shouldn't delete the apps yet. That would constitute passing the test. Now she knows, okay, I have to take this guy seriously. I can't just walk all over him like other guys. Some girls are not gonna respond so well. They might say, wow, it's not that big of a deal. I was just texting my friend, chill out. Or if she's telling you about the dating app, she might be like, oh my God, I thought we had a connection. I guess I was wrong, some passive aggressive shit, right? And if the girl does this, you absolutely have to end things right then, right there. Be like, all right, you know, you can stay on your phone, not a big deal, you know, I'm gonna pick up the tab, I'm gonna head home. Or with the dating app thing, you could say, oh, you know, I guess we're on different pages, I wish you the best, not a big deal. But if you do not walk away and you're just like, oh, okay, and you stay on the date and you keep hanging out with her, now she knows this guy is 100% my bitch. And it doesn't matter what's okay with him, what's not okay with him, I can do whatever, and I'm gonna get away with it. And now it's actually officially official, back in Texas. And the big homie Dave was actually just telling me he now likes Texas tacos better than Mexico tacos.
Well, these are like Mexican tacos in Texas, so I don't think this qualifies.
Even further to my point, a Mexican taco in Texas, just something about it makes it a Texas taco.
I still prefer Mexican tacos in Mexico.
Y'all know the order, a couple breakfast tacos, some chicken tacos. Happy to be back. Happy to be back. Test 2 is the investment test. I think all of us have been in that situation before where you're more invested into the girl than she is into you, and it just like sucks and it never ends well.
Yeah, you guys might remember recently we made a video showing a few different ways you can test for investment on the first date.
Girls usually have like some bracelets or some rings on their hand, and you can be like, yo, what's tell me the story behind these bracelets. What's up with that?
And if a girl is interested in you, she's gonna keep her hand there longer. She's gonna be interested in the conversation. But if she's not, she's gonna either pull her hand away or she's gonna freeze and feel really uncomfortable.
Now, just because a girl lets you hold her wrist for a second, that doesn't mean that she's the one and she's the wifey, right? So you wanna be able to test for investment on a deeper level as you start to hang out with the girl over weeks and months. And from my experience, the easiest way to do this is to see, is she starting to like incorporate herself into my life, and is she starting to do things that I like to do with me?
Yeah, for example, me and my ex-girlfriend, when she knew that I was really into fitness, hitting the gym all the time, she started hitting the gym all the time too, and she even participated in a bodybuilding contest. She almost won.
Yeah, with Julia, y'all have seen our relationship evolve over the years on the channel. She was down to move to Texas with me. She's someone who saw herself in the Northeast forever, but she was down to come here and check it out because it's something I was really excited about. Even earlier than that, back in Boston, she started paintballing with me on the weekends, and it's quite rare to see a girl out on the paintball course. So that was super cool. Now, some other relationships I had, there's a girl I saw for about 3 months before meeting Julia. It was definitely not like this. It was like we both had our own lives, and then we made some time to meet up at the end of the day. And, make your own call, but for me, that's not something that's gonna be like a great relationship long term where we feel like we have to make an effort to do things together. It just becomes a lot more natural and easy when you guys are sharing the same passions.
So those things are gonna happen later on, but the question is, early on, how do you test for this, right? So you can do things like ask a girl to come over and cook dinner with you. Or you can see if she wants to go to the gym with you and share those little passions and see how interested she is and how open she is to it.
If the girl's like, oh, that's all good, we'll just meet up after the gym, or maybe we should just go to a restaurant instead, that would be a failed test.
Chances are she's not all that into you, and you don't want to pursue things long term with a girl like that. You want the girl who's gonna be super invested. That's gonna lead to a better relationship.
Gains, bro.
Workout complete.
I wish making dating gains was as straightforward as making gym gains. Like, you get your macros, you track your macros, you go to the gym, you follow your plan, and you make progress. Like, you never roll up to the gym, you're supposed to bench press, and you're like, oh, shit, can I actually go to the bench press today? This is kind of scaring me. I don't think I can do it. Like, bro, no joke. I think it took me 2 years before I worked up the courage to approach the first girl. And during that time, I was in like pain and agony because I'd be at the gym or the bar or the grocery store and I'd see a really cute girl, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, once I started approaching girls and I actually got some dates, when it came to the really hot ones, I'd always blow it.
This is actually around the time me and Dave met. And the worst part is, like, we were trying to improve, bro. We were watching hours of YouTube videos, reading all these dating advice books. Somehow I think it made it worse.
It definitely made it worse. We were super confused, man.
Yeah, well, you get in the situation and I'd be like, all right, I think I should do this. But wait, that one guy was saying we should do it like this. And then I would just like freeze up and do nothing.
Like, I'm starting to meet more girls in person. I've gotten a few numbers this week, just like walking around, going about my life downtown.
My social anxiety during approaches is next to non-existent.
Being in this program, having other guys seeing their success, seeing what they're doing, it just pushed me to get out of my comfort zone quicker.
Because if I didn't join this program, I think I would have just kept letting this kind of go by and not really dealing with it.
Over the past couple of years, we've been able to help hundreds of guys just like these ones make the same transformation in their dating life that we have in ours.
Yeah, but instead of taking painful years like it did for us, they were able to do it in a matter of 8 weeks.
Yeah, I think that our high success rate is largely due to the fact, not only do we give these guys the exact step-by-step blueprint for approaching, setting up the first date, closing the deal, getting the second date, we give them 5 live coaching calls per week where they're able to personally talk to, me, Dave, Julia, a couple other experts we've brought on so that they get that personal advice.
Yeah, that way they can smash through roadblocks, make massive progress.
By the way, what we're talking about here is our private beast dating coaching program. And if this sounds like something that could be helpful to the situation you're in now, you can click that first link down in description to fill out a quick application. And then someone on our team will review that. If we think you could be a good fit, we'll get right back to you. Again, first link in description to apply now. Hold this a second.
Oh, you guys want to just see me?
My belly's locked. Test 3 is the toxicity test. And for this one, we're going to bring in our resident in-house therapist and my fiance, Julia.
Hola, Beast Nation. So if a girl grows up in an environment where the parents are constantly yelling at each other, she's gonna start internalizing like that's what a relationship's like. So when she starts dating guys, she might express it by being really mean, saying mean, nasty things, because that's what she learned as normal.
As you grow up, you start to realize that like people become their parents. When we're young, impressionable infants and children, we see what our parents do and we just think, oh, like that's what I'm supposed to do. So yeah, if a girl has parents who never take responsibility for anything and they're just not good people, that's gonna be a girl who's more likely maybe to cheat on you, but then be like why doesn't it even matter? Like I don't need to take responsibility for this. So the test is finding out, does this girl have a really bad family life? And that's not something that's likely to come up on the first date, but if you meet her parents and you're like, oh, like wow, or she starts to talk about them, she's failed the toxicity test and she's more likely to be a toxic person.
Now that being said, not everyone that grows up in a bad environment is a toxic or bad person.
Yeah, you know, I know guys who, for example, their father was an alcoholic and they use that as like motivation, like I'm not gonna fucking be like that douchebag, and they never get drunk or they don't drink at all. I have friends with fathers that are very out of shape and they've used that to be insanely healthy people. And I think that's an important takeaway here is yes, use this as a, you know, a toxicity test when you're dating people to be aware of that, but also like if you know, were unfortunate with your family life and your parents aren't great role models, first of all, recognize it and it's okay, it's not your fault. Second of all, you got to take responsibility for your actions and you have to remind yourself, I am not going to be like my parents. Like, look, that's the last thing I'm going to be, and I'm going to use that as motivation to be the opposite. Look, regardless of parents, all of us have some toxic tendencies that we picked up here or there, and a big challenge is being aware. You know, when you're in a relationship, it tests you because it brings out these shitty tendencies that you have, and if you don't check yourself and recognize these things, you're just more likely to be a toxic person and to attract other toxic people. That all being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is great to be back in the great country of Texas with the breakfast tacos. I know last video we showed you the first draft of the intro and then we didn't use it this video. Me and Kevin we're workshopping a little bit. Next video, y'all should see the final version, or the initial final version of the intro. If you're still watching this video, I appreciate you, bro. Hit that thumbs up button. Seriously, it helps the channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, click subscribe and turn notifications on, because I drop 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. Stay beastly.